Well, let's take Zambia's current economic performance apart. Of course, the country just came out of one of the worst droughts in a century. We're now joined by Edwin Makuya. He's an international trade policy analyst. Mr. Makuya, great to have you, of course, with us on the show today. Now, of course, Zambia's economy, we're seeing it recording some of the best numbers in at least 2 years. That sort of signals that it has made a major recovery from that drought. Inflation is down, the kwacha has strengthened quite significantly, and also business confidence, as we just mentioned, or business conditions have improved at the fastest pace since 2018. What is your assessment on the economy, and of course, how vulnerable the economy is right now?
Thank you so much for having me on the program. As earlier indicated, we've seen that the economy has been showing some significant resilience coming from the drought and pulling through into 2024, 2025, where we saw food prices being affected as a result of the drought that we had experienced. And of course, being dependent on hydropower. So we also saw that because of that drought, there were elements of having low power and energy levels to boost the manufacturing and the mining industry. So we've seen that there's been some significant growth as observed that between 2021 and 2024, there's been some steady growth in terms of GDP of about 5.3, and the projected GDP growth for this year is about 5.8. So despite all these significant gains, we've seen that government has also put in a lot of fiscal discipline, and then they've also managed to bring investor confidence in the economy, and this has triggered more FDI flowing into Zambia, considering that Zambia is mining, mostly mining predominantly, but we've seen sectors like agriculture and ICT coming on board. Of course, we are not. There are also shocks that the economy is exposed to. As you may know, the copper prices currently are soaring, but that cannot last for a long time. So we also need to make sure that we diversify the economy to ensure that there is more resilience and to ensure that there is more continuation and stability.
Right. And of course, you mentioned the copper price there. And when we talk about the fundamentals that are driving this sort of positive trend we're seeing in Zambia, a lot of people point to the fact that we've seen copper prices soaring as a major factor. How much is this positive trend fueled by the rise in copper prices? If that's the case, is it sustainable? Are there other major fundamentals that Zambia can rely on?
Yes, so we see the copper price rising to about $11,000 per metric ton, which is a positive thing, because currently Zambia is targeting to produce within 2025 about 1 million, to hit 1 million metric tons per annum in just 2025 in terms of copper output. And government has also set up an ambitious plan to increase copper output by 2031 up to 3,000 metric tons. So this is an ambitious plan, and government has put in place ensuring that there's a lot of investment flowing into the country. As this investment flows in the country, we ensure that we tackle the energy crisis and the issues that we have to diversify our energy mix, and then to also ensure that we are not totally dependent on copper, which is a major economic contributor to our growth. So currently, we saw, even in 2025 Q1, we saw that the three major sectors contributed largely to the growth in 2025. So we talk of copper mining, and we talk of agriculture, and we see also ICT growth booming and coming as a result of us coming from the COVID situation. So that has really also seen as a sector that is booming and contributing to our growth. In terms of sustainability, yes, it may not be sustainable that the copper prices will still be at the price at which it is, but it's important that government considers diversifying the economy, especially the potential that we have in agriculture. You may be aware that we're doing much in terms of increasing production output, of which, if the copper price is sustainable and continues to soar, that's going to put the country in the right trajectory, economic trajectory.